Hey everybody, I just finished my test plan for the Hughes hand-built bolt-on oil cooler, but I stepped outside and it is an absolute mess. It's going to be raining non-stop for the next couple days, so we're going to have to put a hold on that. And I figured in the meantime I will do a little video on changing my fork oil. So we'll get started on that here in a second. So obviously when you're changing oil of any type, you want to start in a clean environment. As you can see, we've taken care of that. Next, we're going to remove these head bolts and then our little drain screws down here on either side on either fork. We're going to let that drain out. Then we're going to pump the forks a little bit, make sure it all comes out, and then we'll be adding the recommended amount of oil. I happen to have a bunch of 15 weight 40 diesel oil and a nice little syringe that I got with a Sawyer water filter. So we'll get started on that. All right, pops off. Now for drain screws. Now, I've got some tin foil here that I am going to put over my rotor. Because I think it would be pretty bad to get a bunch of oil all over my brake disc. So, there we go. Everything I said, Red said to give it a couple pumps too to get out the remainder. So I guess this stuff on the tires. Oh, sounds like me after Taco Bell. Oh yeah. Oh. All right. I'm gonna call that good. Not much more coming out of it now, but a bunch of fart sounds. Oh, and it looks like my tin foil did its job too. So if you want some advice, wrap your disc in tin foil before doing this. So now we're going to put our drain screws back in. Make sure we have the recommended amount of oil in our cylinder, and for sure just squirt it in the top here. And then we'll clean off all our bolts and everything like that and reassemble. So I just want to take a minute and show you the difference between the left and right sides of my fork oil. And look how nasty that looks. Believe it or not, most of that isn't from the containers. Alright, I got the drain screws back in. I'm going to take our little caps and bolts here, spray them off with some carb cleaner, and the next part of the video is I'll show myself, I think, squirting the oil in the top and sealing it all up again. Okay, so I'm just going to show you my setup here. I've got your normal kitchen scale set to ounces and zeroed out with my little measuring cup. I decided to use this instead of the syringe because I can get a more exact measurement in ounces, and the internet says about 7 ounces per leg for my model XS650, which is a later model. Still a little bit left in my container here. Something tells me it's not supposed to be filled all the way to the top. And getting this in there. Oh yeah, we're leaking out. Well, we'll give it a shot. Okay, I'm going to re-drain this and do a little bit more research. Okay, so as you can see, I still had a little bit of old oil in there, and I think 7 ounces was just way too much. So I'm going to go with the stock recommendation of 5.68 ounces. And we'll do take 2. Okay, after that little cut, I managed to get everything back together, handlebars back on. I just had to apply a lot more pressure on the one side than I thought I did to line up those threads properly. Mostly properly. And so now we're gonna, I guess, put it back down off the stand just so the front tire's touching, and then I guess we'll push on it a little bit, see if it feels any different, I guess. I like it. We'll see how it rides in a couple videos from now. But this has been an adventure with Steel and Bone on my very first fork oil replacement. So coming up next, once we get a couple good days outside, no rain, consistent temperature, we'll go through our test plan for the Hughes hand-built bolt-on oil cooler. Coming up next.